Booktube! Welcome back to my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. My name is Kelly, and this week I am celebrating my 5th year anniversary on Booktube by making a whole series of videos about my time on Booktube and yeah, just some fun, just silly things. I just feel like, how can I have a virtual party with all of you? And this is what I came up with. So today, and I will explain later why I'm sitting by my cart, I'm going to talk to you about the most viewed videos on my channel in the last 5 years. And you will see a pattern emerge from this. Now, first of all, there's 2 videos, and I will link all of these videos down below, although that seems a little bit ridiculous because you've probably already all seen them. But just in case you want to check one of them out, I will link all of them down below. But the 2 videos that I'm just sort of pushing to the side, it's not that I don't appreciate the people who subscribe to my channel from these particular videos, but they were not representative of what my channel is normally about. So in 2020, you know, I couldn't get a haircut. It's only been recently that I finally actually was in a salon and got my haircut. So I made a video called Jason Cuts My Hair, which is my most viewed video on my channel, 6.5 thousand views. It's crazy. And the second one I made, again, I tried to make it more book related the second time around. Not very successfully, I don't think, but it's a bookish haircut with my husband, which has gotten 4.6 thousand views. Yeah, and I think it's because it tapped into another area of YouTube that's sometimes called HairTube, and I know I'm on someone's playlist. So anyway, if you have subscribed to my channel because of one of the haircutting videos, I really want to know like why you've stayed, and yeah, like what do you think about Booktube? But I would love to hear from the few people who chose to subscribe to my channel after watching my husband cut my haircut. I made those 2 videos, and then I actually had Jason cut my hair again one other time before this most recent haircut, but I did not film it because, again, it's not really what my channel is about. My channel is about books. So, all right, so first of all, so we're gonna talk about the top 5 review videos. By far and away, I would say if you looked at my most watched videos, aside of course from haircuts, most of them are reviews. They have such a longer shelf life than most of the videos that we make on Booktube. I typically make a Friday Reads video every single week, Friday or Saturday Reads video. None of those are in the list of the videos that I'm going to share with you. So when it comes to reviews, my number 1 most viewed review video is Conversations About Conversations with Friends, which of course is by Sally Rooney. That got 2.4 thousand views. I think the fact that it was made into like a mini series or something like that on a streaming platform pushed it up. But yeah, I expect that will fall from the number 1 review place over time because it doesn't seem to really still have much of a life. I think the people who are interested in Conversations with Friends have already read it and watched the series and all that kind of thing. So yeah. The second one is one that continues to perform well, and I continue to have it crop up on, you know, what people have been watching in the last 48 hours on my channel. And that's a review I did about Dr. Zhivago, which has 2.3 thousand views. And I think this is one of those cases where I don't know if many people have done book reviews of Dr. Zhivago, and so there's just not a lot out there. But Yeah, I'm so glad I made that review. And thank you, all of you who watched that video and then stayed around. I appreciate it. The next one I think is a similar phenomenon. This was part of a Poetry for Beginners series that I did. It was about Anne Sexton, 1.8 thousand views. And again, I think maybe there's just not that much on YouTube about Anne Sexton, or maybe it's people who are trying to learn about her and think Poetry for Beginners, like I'm some kind of poetry expert. I'm the beginner in Poetry for Beginners. So yeah, but that one is one that I continue to get feedback on. The next one is a review of a Pulitzer novel, The Night Watchman by Louise Erdrich. I reviewed that and it has 1.6 thousand views. And then finally, a more recent video, I think I did this January of last year, and that is my review of rereading Gone with the Wind. It's complicated, rereading Gone with the Wind. It has 1.4 thousand views. That video I find particularly fascinating because I can always tell by the comments how far someone has made it into the video. So there is a point where the video sort of turns and I can tell, I know if someone has reached that point or not based on their comments. So, all right, other videos. Now, anytime you make a video that you're taking a break from Booktube or you're leaving Booktube, you can expect a massive response. I'm leaving that video off of this list for a variety of reasons. So I've got 4 other videos for you. This one I made pretty early on in the history of my channel, and I'm not sure if it's because people weren't making a lot of these kind of videos at the time. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but I did a video called Hauling and Mostly Unhauling at Little Free Libraries, which has 3.2 thousand views. That's amazing to me. And Jason, of course, I wouldn't have been able to make that video without Jason's help, so very grateful. The next one is my library card tour. So that's why I'm sitting here by my library card. 2.5 thousand views. When I almost didn't make that video because I'm like, this is the stupidest thing in the world. Like, who's gonna want a tour of my library card? I have a theory that like some school somewhere in another country was like learning about YouTube that day, and you know, and the instructor was like, what's a safe video that they can watch? Maybe they were a librarian, I don't know. And somehow like the stars aligned and people watched the library card tour. I mean, it definitely has to be up there in terms of the most thumbs up videos of mine. I think it has over like 130 thumbs up, which again, for some booktubers, that's not very many, but for me, that's quite a lot. And so again, thank you. If somebody can solve the riddle for me, I've never had a video sort of take off kind of like the way the library cart did. The next one is the Pulitzer Prize series, the best of the Pulitzers. I think it was in 2020, I made a series of videos related to my Pulitzer project. I've read all the books that have won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction, except for Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver, which I will read this year. But yeah, and actually, when I think about that series, and the best and the worst, at least the best ones, I need to update because I have reread some of the books and that I had read before I started trying to read all of the Pulitzers, and I feel differently now. And so that's a video that I need to do again and make it a little bit more current. So maybe after Demon Copperhead, I will make that video. The next one This was actually for Jane Austen July. It was an epic argument about Pride and Prejudice, featuring myself and my husband Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse, which got 983 videos. For some reason, you guys really like watching Jason and I argue on different topics. Jane Austen seems to be one that we discuss regularly, but anyway. So, and then finally, this is the only tag video to be in the top 5 non-review book videos, which is my favorite writer's tag. And I made that video 3 years ago, maybe, yeah, quite a while ago, 828 views. So I'd love to hear what you think. Are you surprised by this list? How do you feel about review videos? For me, looking at this really reinforced the idea that I do need to make review videos on my channel because, like I said, they have the longest life. And it's definitely a way to find new people on YouTube. So anyway, I'd love to hear what you think of the list. And I will link to all these videos down below, but again, it feels a little silly because I suspect you've already seen them, but nonetheless, I'll put them down below. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section down below. Maybe you have a favorite video of mine that is not on this list. I would love to hear that. So yeah, let me know. And if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, I totally get it. You can leave an emoji or give this video a thumbs up as a way to say hello, which I really do appreciate. Booktube, thank you so much for watching. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.